Hey guys, Fusebox, actually back on Raid Shadow Legends. Pretty much disappeared from the face of the earth for the last 3 weeks, maybe longer. It's been brutal at work, like absolutely brutal. But I am finally at home, having some fun, playing my game. We've got all these new heroes that I wanna go over them. What are we getting out of them? So BIVALD the Thorn. Not long ago, we fused him. Absolutely an amazing champion. So we're going to talk about, show everything that he does, let you decide how you want to build him, where you think you're going to need him. Dude's pretty much good everywhere. So we're going to go over him in a stun set. He has a broken set here. He's in a stun set. So what do you need to know? He is a Sacred Order. He's definitely going to be a big help if you're trying to push through Sacred Order. It might be open. If it is, we'll go into the Faction Wars. We're putting him in a stun set. Now, because he has 2 AoEs, one of them is a double AoE. It's a good idea to put him in a useful set, something that could stun, provoke, even sleep, though I'm not a big fan of the sleep set. One of those sets, you're going to get a lot out of him, not necessary. He does a lot on his own. So we're going to go over his skills and everything as we're using him. But real quick, how are we using him? How are we building him? He's an HP champion. We want a lot of HP. A lot of his moves are based on damage done. So you do want to at least get 100% crit rate. You don't have to push your crit damage real hard. The dude hits pretty hard. We'll throw up his numbers as we're using them. Average hits on an HP champion, they actually come out pretty well. We definitely want accuracy. He lands a lot of debuffs. And then you do want defense. He's going to provoke a lot. This is not a lot of defense. I haven't rolled everything all the way up. Haven't used all my glyphs. I'm trying to keep him in a reasonable build, so we're just running him at a usable speed, 190 speed, and just to kind of see what he does. Now, my masteries, I'm going for support and control, okay? Now, there's a lot to consider here. Getting him War Master, I think he's going to be absolutely a solid hero on Hydra. We'll probably take him in there anyway, so War Master is going to make a lot of sense. So you can go down this tree, get a little more damage out of him. I'm in a stun set, Fearsome Presence. Definitely going to help lock up people as we go. Over here, I'm increasing his HP because he is an HP champion. He does put up shields. He does put up heals. I want to increase some of these, but I was really going for rapid turn since I'm really low speed, considerably for end game anyway, 190. I want rapid response, and I also want arcane celerity. These are both going to speed him up, give him a chance to get turn meter as his debuffs wear off, as his buffs wear off, and he's throwing them out everywhere. Everybody on your team, everybody on the enemy team. And then I'm looking for things like Cycle of Revenge. He's not going to be on any of my clan boss teams or anything. Cycle of Magic. I want to get back around to those moves, especially that 2-hitter AoE. If people die, it's going to speed him up because we may see how he can handle a boss or two on his own. We'll just kind of get into it together. I did take Retribution, an extra hit. His A1 has a chance to stun. Evil Eye, this is all like control, support type build here, right? We just want to make sure he's got accuracy, good HP. I would say 100% crit rate. And after that, he'll have a little more crit damage when we roll up some of these pieces. But that's it. Now let's get into it and see what he can do. Admonition of Barbs, whatever. The A2. This is the move that I like, okay? So it's a 2-hit AoE. That's great. Does decent damage. But the first hit has a 100% chance when booked, 75 the way we're playing him, of landing a provoke. It will technically be an 80% because I do have Fearsome Presence. And then an 80% chance of placing Leech. This is 100% when booked. And then he puts Strengthen on himself. So he's going to provoke the team because you do not have to worry about weak hits. He ignores weak hits and still plants this. He's also in a stun set. So with one big move, what kind of damage were we getting? Definitely a cool looking move. We've got Leech, Provoke. We would have Provoke on everyone if I had the books in him. Everyone's controlled. We have 2 stuns out. He just pretty much saved the day. So that A2 is one of my favorites. Let's real quick just check out his basic A1. It's actually pretty solid. 30% chance. We have the Fearsome Presence Mastery, 35, of placing a Provoke. If you have all your books, that'll be a 50 or 55% chance of placing another Provoke with his A1. After an AoE guaranteed Provoke, this also does not care about weak hits, so you can take him up against a Magma Dragon anywhere you want to go without worrying about affinity. So it also has a chance to stun, and it heals the the member on your team with the lowest HP by 15% of the damage done. So we kind of got a lot to look at. We just want to see some raw damage. All we have up is weaken. Let's hit this guy. We hit him for 8,500. We stunned him. We missed the provoke. If we were booked, likely we could have hit that. And then we healed somebody for 15% of that 8,500. Definitely a cool A1. Now I'm going to real quick, let's just get back around, check out the A3. Briar Nexus, another amazing move. So this, I purposely let everybody take some damage there for a round. It attacks all enemies, another chance to stun. Damage is increased by 5% for each debuff on the enemy target. You see we have a lot of debuffs, the damage will go up, even though it's not in a damage build, right? Remember, we're not in a damage build. We just have crit rate and we have good HP. So he also is going to heal all allies by 20% of the damage inflicted, which means, and it does count for every bit of damage he does, so pay attention to that. Then he's going to place a shield for 20% of the damage inflicted. This is an amazing ability. So you see we're getting low on health. We're going to go ahead and slow this down. He hits him. Look at all those heals, and then a shield on top of it. So now let's just kind of let this play through. Full auto, wherever we are, stage, I don't know. We're somewhere in Doom Tower hard. The control that he brings, decent damage, and he will have a little more damage when I roll him up. But all the provokes, all of the stuns, all the heals, all the shields, even on his A1, he's shielding, he's healing, and he's putting out provokes. Super control champion. He's definitely an amazing hero. He's doing solid damage. Gwyneth would be the big damage dealer on this team. He's doing, and Euros doing a lot of poison damage at the very least. So for wave content, that kind of gives an idea what it's going to be like in arena. He's awfully slow, but let's take him into a couple of arena fights and just see what we can get out of him real quick. Now, I do not have high resistance. He's just not made for this, but I think we could work the speed in and let him go ahead and throw out the provoke, the leech, maybe a few stuns. And that'll give us a good idea. Our win condition is not him, but we want to see what he does. We'll slow this down, let it play through, see if we're getting decent damage against other players. The bomb's already set. Now, right there, we provoked the entire team, put leech on them. We got 2 stuns. That's a huge move. We haven't even come around to healing our team yet. So if they were to take any turns, we'd be healing right back up. We may do this again with a weaker DPS champion, a weaker nuker. Let's just speed it up because it's clearly over. And see if he can keep us alive while we don't have an amazing like Gaius the Gleeful in here to kill the enemies. Alright, kind of a weird fight here. A little bit of damage, decent damage. I actually like Samar in arena as a ghost second team. We're going to keep our team moving fast and try to set up some protection. But with all this high HP, we've really got to get around to getting the protection from Nekret if we want it on BIVALD or if we want it on Samar. So I'm going to take this off auto because I would like to set it up to where Nekret the Great puts up his buffs instead of trying to do his allied attack. I don't want to set the team up just for this test. So let's see if we can get at least one of these off. We're going to protect. He's protected. Samar comes with an instant protection, but we don't want to get debuffed over here. So we're going to keep ourselves from getting frozen with BIVALD. And I think we can hit auto now and just see how this turns out. Honestly, I have no idea how this will play out. It's a relatively weak team as far as getting stuff done. Most of my damage will be from Samar. So, it's definitely looking like a defensive unit, and that's without doing much. We haven't healed up yet. We need to get that provoke, that leech back out too. We got a stun in a pretty decent spot on Arbiter, but we just don't have much in the way of damage. So we've got to make sure we take out Arbiter. Let's click on her. She's got to go, or we're going to be doing this all over again. That provoke. Now we don't have to worry about it. We got the provoke out. Finished the job anyway. And now if we could just withstand a few chances of being frozen, a couple hits from Yannicka, which it looks like we got just enough going on to survive this. I mean, Samar will finish the job. He's definitely a good defensive unit. You could build him maybe a little higher damage and have some fun in arena. So, again, the whole idea of this is how do you want to use him? How do you want to build him? But as a defensive unit, you could really put him in a better team than that. I mean, let's try one more time, but something more realistic. We're just going to bring in something closer to my typical team. We want Lysandra and somebody to get the damage done. So in this case, this may work out just fine. In this case, Samar is the damage dealer, but he's not like an amazing nuker, right? He gets the job done. But can we survive and control the other team? Because there's a Trunda that we really don't want coming in on us. Now we've got the provoke out, and she's stunned. So our A1 is not even going to hit BIVALD, the Thorn. This is definitely, I mean, he's usable. 100% an amazing usable champion. Now there's Leech out. Kind of help us heal up on top of his heals. Everybody's eating the hits pretty well anyway. He definitely, remember when that provokes up, you take less damage. So if you are up against Leoris or even more important like Skull Crown, her A1, even under provokes going to hit everybody. It's going to strengthen up your team. Definitely solid. He's absolutely good on defense, usable on offense in arena, excellent in waves. All right, we're not that far up the ladder. It just reset recently, but Magma Dragon is screaming to have him on this team. So let me set up a team real quick. All right, just want to do something different. Opardon and BIVALD should be plenty of healing. We actually shouldn't need any more healing. I do not know if I even have gear on some of these, but there's a defense down we can bring. We're trying to bring the right affinity on some of these epics. We're going to bring in some counterattacks, trying to kind of go after him. And all of our provokes are all going to be coming from BIVALD. How well will it work? I really don't know, but I might as well super rate it because I'm sure it's going to beat Magma 10 on hard. So we're just going to let this run on full auto. I don't think the waves will take much time at all. We will be wasting some of our moves, but that A1 has a provoke. A 30%, 35% chance the way I'm set up. It would be more with books. So one of the questions, is he worth books? 100%. 100%, in my opinion, worth the books. He can be used in game, no doubt about it. Just kind of like Opardon here. He's a great hero to speed up a fairly slow team. You saw I was running 190 or so on some of these characters. We're bringing in the counterattacks so that this kind of goes a little faster. We got the ally protection on everybody. Skull Crusher just doesn't get any love anymore. He's an amazing champion. Bringing him in speeds up a fight every time you take an AoE hit. But on top of that, we've got Leech up. Now we have free heals. Zargala is amazing. I do not know if she's in gear. She used to be in Savage gear. She's landing debuffs though, so I may have put something on her. She hits so hard. She's a great debuffer. Against waves, she may be one of the best defense down champions in the game, by the way. But there we go. Provokes up. We're doing just fine. We don't really even, all we're really getting out of Sepulchre Sentinel is that A1. I mean, we're getting decreased attack so that we're taking less damage. And we missed a provoke there, but it looks like we're going to come around because Opardon's speeding us up and get another move, another chance. We missed it there. So let's take a clean hit, no debuffs, no buffs on us. And Opardon takes care of the HP burns, heals us back up, and BIVALD comes back in, healing up the team, topping off the team with the continuous heals. He's an amazing champion. These champions we've been getting are definitely amazing. So, this isn't a speed run. I would have brought in an ally protect, maybe left in the counterattacks and made this really fast. Bring a Mountain King, somebody to really hit this guy. Super easy, clean fight though. And definitely he can do the job. With books, I would pretty much say you could count on him for provokes. He's got the A2 with provokes, the A1 with provokes. You could put him in a provoke set if you felt like it. I feel like he has enough provokes. It's worth putting the stun set on and just locking up the enemies. But remember, when provokes up, he's taking less damage even from the magma dragon. Okay, no way am I going to make you sit through an entire Hydra fight. It is boring. The truth is, Hydra's boring. It's a long fight. I do like the new feature where you can let it run and just decide if you want to keep it. I can tell you now, this is a good team, right? An auto team for a normal mode that I can just throw in, walk away, and I know that I will get, 20, 30 million. One of the keys to this team is shielding, and right here with High Shield, another amazing champion we got for free. So we're going to take him out, and let me just set the team up, actually. We'll take him out here. And we're just going to throw in BIVALD mainly for his provoke, but we also get the heals. So instead of a Pardon being here or High Shield being here, keeping us alive, we're going to let him do all. I mean, we have heals with Raglan, so that's going to work out just fine, but we shouldn't have to do anything to his AI. He's going to have smart AI. We're going to cut this short. Let's just make sure that we're surviving rounds, getting decent damage, and kind of see the damage he's doing, right? What's the idea with this team, in case you're curious? Pretty simple. I've got some HP burns coming in. I've got slow on an A1 that will eventually hit. She's not rolled up on gear, but I'm using the speed aura of Mother Cybele. And then I've got, of course, protection against this Head of Torment with Shamel. That's what he's doing here. Raglan is here. Not Raglan. Raglan. She is here to revive us, cleanse us, heal us. That's all she does, but she does it one of the best in the game. And now we have Ugo in here to debuff them and to make sure that they're not stealing our buffs, because I have no resistance built on most of this team anyway. And BIVALD is our support champion who does throw out provoke when the Head of Decay is out, which is definitely handy because stripping those buffs is horrible. But aside from that, he's healing and he's killing, right? Let's just let this go for, 40, 50, 60 rounds, see how it looks.
Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. You better run like you never been there. You better run, run, run. You better run, 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 run. Run, run, run. You better run like you never been there. You better run, run, run. You better run, 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 run. Run, run, run. You better run like you never been there. You better run, run, run. You better run, 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 run. Run like you never been there. You gotta run, run, run. You gotta run, dun, 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 dun. Run, run, run. You gotta run like you never been there.
Okay, between the leech and his natural heals, the provoke coming in clutch at times against Head of Decay, the damage that he's putting out, maybe we'll watch one or two more. I mean, you're getting the point. We're sturdy. Even when things start looking south, everything comes back to where we want it. Full health, clean debuffs, ready to fight. Looks like it could go 150 plus rounds. And at this rate, that would be quite a bit of damage, right? So we're on normal. Don't get me wrong. Go to hard. He probably needs to be a little faster. A couple more glyphs. Roll up the rest of his gear. Super good champion. This is where the provoke set might shine more. And definitely War Master would change so much. He'd be doing a lot more damage with those AoEs. At one point, we had nearly all 4 heads dead. The damage he would be putting out there would be absolutely ridiculous. I may just let this run. I've got to hit it anyway, and I will not have much time because it's the 4th of July weekend. I'm off work for the first time in about a month. I'm going to be partying pretty hard, so I may just take this hit. Let's see if we can get ourselves out of here. I'll come back towards the end. We'll watch a little more. So I'm watching his numbers. Watching the heals. I would have no problem putting him on my hard team or moving him into brutal. I would have no problem bringing him up. He's definitely very solid. I mean, the leech alone with the provoke on 2 abilities. You see right now the provoke is up. We have the head of decay now. Provoke is up. That's clutch because he would be cleaning all those debuffs off. The leech would be gone. The break defense, the block buffs. Amazing, pretty amazing champion for this, honestly. This is kind of a ragtag version of one of my better teams. I don't really Hydra is so long and boring. Let's be honest. It's exciting. I like the mechanics and trying to break them. But this team is enough. It breaks pretty much whatever head pops up. We're ready for it. And BIVALD, the Thorn, is a big part of that. A big part of that. Definitely cool. I'm impressed with him. I don't know that I could sit here for another 20 minutes. We may go ahead and back out here in a minute. It's so long. It's just so long. It could take forever. All right. A quick tip. Whoever's in your lead, when you're using Shamel on your team, they're the ones that are going to get increased turn meter all the time. I like Mother Seville just constantly AoEing with the slow debuff. It'll eventually land even when she's the wrong affinity or she has low accuracy. But you could put BIVALD, the Thorn, in the lead here. Give everybody more HP. I would miss my speed aura, but he would be getting so many turns. There would always be provoke up. He would always be healing. Leech would always be up. It's not a bad idea. But just remember, when you're using Shamel, whoever you put in your lead, they're the ones that are going to get tons of extra turns. One of the reasons I like Mother Sabelle, while we're talking about Hydra in the lead, is right now, this guy's up. She's going to get a lot of turns before he gets his turn. But when this bar is full, I can take it off auto, put up Revive on Death, and then carry on auto. And I just know that she's going to protect my team. Even if they get one shot, they're going to come right back. So here we go. Let's kind of show this in action, and then we're getting out of here. This is just too much. But right here, we know he's about to take a turn. We're also taking hits on him. We're just going to do that and hit auto. Now we're going to Revive on Death. We have increased defense to hopefully soak up the hit anyway. We've got a million mechanics here to keep us alive, revive us. But just a couple of tips. If you're fighting Hydra, I don't really make a lot of Hydra content. Every time I say something, I get pushback about who the best heroes are to use, and it doesn't make sense to me. I don't have those heroes. A lot of you don't have those heroes. I'm just looking for abilities and using them. I just can't do this. I don't know if I can sit through this for another 20 minutes. We're on 66. This could go this long 2 more times. I mean, honestly, this team could probably go another. I'll come back at the end. I'm gonna go do make me something to eat. I'll be back. As this drags on into eternity, I'm thinking about Deliana as well. You know, that leech, that would be super cool. Possibly breaking resistance could be helpful. You know, the block buffs, definitely an amazing champion as well. I actually, if you don't have block buffs, you really got to consider Deliana as the champ to bring in. But BIVALD the Thorn, I think, would be my pick if I had to choose one for Hydra, specifically for Hydra. But all these champions they're giving us are just so amazing. In game, not just progression. In game, amazing. I love these new champions. I'm actually hoping something goes south here soon. Maybe because we have to fight the head of Torment to get him to throw up our hero. Maybe we'll accidentally get killed here. I think I'm going to stop taking it off auto every once in a blue moon and putting up Revive on Death. I don't know. I'll come back towards the end. I'm going to save this key whether it's good or bad. Doesn't matter to me. I'll be back shortly. Honestly, I'm calling this lucky. The shield went on to head of Torment. I really think this might be our way out. I think this will probably cause us to fail. This is where if you were really pushing for more damage, you would go ahead and reset it and hope that that one little thing didn't happen, but I'm not playing with the RNG. This is what I want to see. Okay, so he's not outperforming, putting up HP burns, or getting all these extra hits, which is happening for Mother Sabelle and Inquisitor Shamel. But he's getting solid damage, solid heals. Everything he's doing is helping. The provoke is helping. He's pretty cool. Let's just take it. Let's just be done with normal. So let's get into what else is there. I mean, sure, if you were on, I haven't even hit Clan Boss today. Man, what a week it's been. What a month it's been. But yeah, if you need him on clan boss, do you need the heals? Do you need the leech? Do you need the extra heals? There's really no point in taking him everywhere. Spiders is worth seeing. I haven't done it, but let's just go into spiders and let's say that let's just do a 25, but let's do a slow run. Let's not go in and do some fast 35-second run. Let's set up a team that might make some sense, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, weird team. That's the point. Depending on what you have, we're just going to come in. Now, one cool thing is his affinity makes him a likely suspect to be a stun target. Now, that's going to happen to Armiger. He's weaker. He's going to take the hits, low HP, and he'll be dead pretty quick. He's probably not going to do us much good here. To be honest, it makes more sense to just bring in one cold heart. Let's assume you have one cold heart. This is stage 25. She's not going to nuke it down anyway. So let's bring in one cold heart just for some turn meter down. We'll bring her in and kind of see how this plays out without even setting up a team. So we might die, right? Because in fact, the AI gets a little wonky on Akoth the Seer here. We've got plenty of spiderlings down. We really want to start out using the HP burn. And I think we can hit auto from here. I really think we can hit auto from here. We're going to freeze them up, but look at all the stuns and provokes. Anything that doesn't get frozen, we probably could have left Achak out. But if there's HP burn, he's going to help my team heal. We're going to heal up through BIVALD. We're going to stun constantly through BIVALD. The provokes don't matter, but the leech will matter, making him an amazing stun target, stun tank in just a moment after everything clears. Now, the spider's going to heal up. We don't have any real turn meter control, so it healed up there. But can BIVALD keep up the job that he's here to do? Can he constantly stun spiderlings, heal himself up? We really needed the HP burn to live there, though. Didn't think that one through. But we want to see what BIVALD brings there. We got the revive. Let's see. So I should have just made him the lead. He would have made a better... It might have helped make him the stun target. But if we get HP burn up now, maybe I should have left the AI alone. Now that HP burns up, we should start working through this spider. We brought in Gorgorab as a reviver. Maybe you don't have your Arbiter or whoever you want to use. Yeah, now we should get HP burn ticks if BIVALD doesn't kill them. Hopefully he's not going to do so much damage that he kills them because Cold Heart's getting her A1s in. It might be a good thing that she's dead right now. It might be. The provokes are out. Stuns are out. Now we just got to kind of do this one more time. Like go through it one more time. So if you don't have the means for that fast team, and we could do so much better than this, but will he get you through stage 25 all the way to the end? Clearly stage 20 with one cold heart or even just Armiger would absolutely rock. But we've got the HP burns back out. He'll bring in some heals, a little bit of shielding here in a minute. Hopefully the leech will stay out. Our reviver should be about ready to come off cooldown again, which is part of the plan. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. Nothing pretty, nothing amazing, but I'm pretty sure that would be a solid run if you just had to be running. And this is a 5-star. It is gone. Money. I need the silver. I've been spending silver so fast. But as far as dungeons, excellent on spider. Excellent on spiders. On the right team, he's everything you need. I could put him on my real team and just lock him up. Dragon, absolutely perfectly wonderful. You get the leech, you get the wave control, the heals. Fire Knight, you know, he's not bad. He's not bad. He's got the double hitter. It's not enough to bring him for that, but getting you to the boss, surviving it, putting up a leech, especially if you're not keeping the shield down, absolutely pretty crucial there. And Ice Golem 100% makes sense. The leech is huge. It's like you bringing HP champions is a great way to go on Ice Golem. You know, if you're not running some fast speed team, bring him in, sure that team up. What do you think about BIVALD the Thorn, or have you not used him yet? What sets do you want to use him in? Stun set just makes the most sense for me. He's got plenty of provokes. Once I book him, his provokes can be counted on. So I didn't go with the provoke set, the taunt set. I just wanted to go with the stun set, the traditional stun set with all the AoEs he's got. Makes the most sense to me. Definitely cool looking, definitely a fun champion. Absolutely amazing. Can slide into almost any team that you want, you know, and you need multiple things like Hydra. You got to make 3 teams. You need multiple heroes that do some of these amazing support jobs and protection jobs. I love HP champions. I love them about as much as defense champions because they are just so tanky. So it's always fun to have a champion that can soak up damage while they're doing their job. Especially good when you're provoking people, but at least he takes less damage from provoking. Let me know what you think about him. Did you get him when he was up? Do you regret it if you didn't? And until next time, enjoy the grind.